Nintendo has created a lot of good games and good game consoles. The SNES is generally considered one of the greatest video game consoles of all time. It's better than the Hyperscans, and that's a big compliment right there. There were a lot of games released on the SNES, but one thing that many probably don't know about is the SNES Satellaview. Now, I think most people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so I'm gonna give you a very brief and oversimplified history lesson. The SNES Satellaview was an add-on for the Super Nintendo that allowed users to download games and other stuff through a satellite broadcast. It was pretty ahead of its time, but it was only released in Japan. There are a lot of things you can get, but today we're just going to talk about this strange Mario magazine. This very obscure, strange Mario magazine. The ROM for these magazines have been lost, same with like a lot of other games that were available for this service, but a lot of footage still does exist. The official name for this magazine is this, but I can't read that, so let's just call it Lily Frankie Theater. There were about 6 or 7 episodes that are broadcast in this amazing series, or magazine, virtual magazine, I guess. The first broadcast we're going to look at was apparently released on August 15, 1995. In this video, Mario and Toad try to inspect a distorted image of a woman, and this kind of looks like some weird creepypasta you can find on Reddit or something. And they talk, but since I can't read Japanese, who knows what the fuck they're saying. And Mario's holding a cigarette, and then it ends. Yeah, I think you've probably noticed that this series uses a very distinct way. It uses like Mario plushes, and it has Mario holding a cigarette, and it just has images of like Mario plushes with like text. The next magazine we're going to look at was released or broadcasted on August 29, 1995, and this story is a wild one, like most of these stories I'm going to talk about. So it begins in the dark forest where Mario and Toad are. Mario orders Toad to kill a person with a butter knife. Man, the Mario games have become very dark. Toad attacks the person, but he fails and the other guy escapes. Mario gets pissed and considers Toad to be the worst hitman. The victim turns out to be Bowser, and he tells a police officer what happens. And then it ends with Bowser next to a BSX cartridge, which were used for the SNES Satellaview. Like, this is a very weird and strange story. It's like Mario ordering Toad to kill Bowser with a butter knife. This is kind of like how strange this series gets. So the other broadcast starts off with Mario and Toad being in jail for 20 years. Looks like the IRS finally got up to them. So Toad is freaking out about how he's gonna be an old man when they get released, because Toad here is 15. Mario tells Toad to chill out as he pulls a comically large spoon out of his ass, and then he tells Toad to dig a hole using his fingers. Did I forget to mention that the floor is made out of concrete? This is a very great plan. The story continues in the next broadcast where Mario pulls out a drill out of his scrotum. This is what it says in the Mario Wiki. Anyway, Mario starts drilling into the thing, and they escape the jail, and then they end up in Brazil, and then it ends. So if you wanted to escape from jail, just follow Mario and Toad's cool tips. This broadcast was released on February 20, 1996. The plot of this amazing story is that Mario and Toad are arguing about who gets to ride in Windows 95 because they think it's a vehicle. But just then, the man, the myth, the legend, Bill Gates comes in. Toad says that Bill Gates is a beer company poster girl. That's what the wiki says. Mario recognizes him and asks for money, and Bill Gates just stares at him. And then he says that the Windows 95 is not a vehicle, but in fact something that goes on your head. Mario and Toad calls him an idiot and a nerd, and then he ends. Okay. Next one might be one of the weirdest moments of the entire series. And there are a lot of weird moments in this series or magazine. The whole episode is hand-drawn, and it stars this guy who fucks a lobster and then controls Mario with a controller. Then he goes to hell, and then he becomes a cowboy at the end. What the fuck was that? The next broadcast is probably one of the more infamous moments of this magazine. It is unknown when this episode was aired or broadcasted or released or whatever, or what's it even called, but it begins with Toad asking Peach for oral sex, and Peach agrees to do it. Mario then walks in on them. I've seen this porn before. Toad tries to tell him something, but Mario decides to stop on him and kills him. Peach also tries to tell Mario something, so Mario also jumps her and kills her too. Now both Peach and Toad are dead. Mario pulls out a cigarette and he says he already has a new girlfriend. The ghost of Peach and Toad watch as Mario's new girlfriend is revealed to be Bowser, and then it ends. What the fuck? This is an official Rule 34 porn, whatever fuck you call it. These magazines are some of the wildest things Nintendo ever did with the Mario characters. Seeing an out of context image of these magazines is very goofy, like Mario beating Peach and Toad and Peach having oral sex. Well, that's the end of this very strange time in Mario's life. Nintendo hasn't really talked about these weird little obscure magazines, and I guess I can see why. We can't let everybody know about the time Mario and Toad met Bill Gates. Well, that's the end of this stupid little video. Okay, bye and stuff.